Hello, this is Joe. Welcome back to the channel. So today is August 21st and I'm getting excited. Later today from I think it's 5:30 or 5 o'clock to 8:30 p.m. at the Albuquerque Museum, we are having a type-in, a public type-in. So the museum has the third Thursday of every month. They have a public open house, meaning no entrance fee. They have a lot of activities going on. Last month in July of 2025, they had 1,000 people. And most months on this event, they have like 500-ish. So this promises to be the biggest type-in we've ever done here in Albuquerque as far as the potential number of people. So we're going to have like 3 tables, I think it is, set up in the main hallway in the middle of the museum. So people are going to be coming by, going to the different gallery rooms. They'll come right by our tables. I have about a dozen typewriters I'm bringing. And also, one of our members, Waz Flint, she is a published author. She is the author of The Distraction-Free First Draft. She wrote this book, the first draft, on a typewriter. I think it was a Smith Corona 6 series, like a Galaxy kind of typewriter. So she's going to be doing a public speech in the auditorium at the Albuquerque Museum. She'll be making several of these throughout the evening's event, and it's going to be on the topic of writing and creativity with typewriters. Meanwhile, we're going to have about a dozen typewriters set up in the museum for people to use. It's going to be real exciting. I got to get my typewriters together, get them loaded in the car, and get down there. Okay, so this was my typewritten list of machines. I typed this on the Royal Arrow, which is a newcomer to my collection in recent months. A fresh ribbon. So I'm going to do, the Royal Arrow, mostly medium portables. The SM9, this is the later SM9. I have both Studio 44s. The brother represented by the Kmart 300. I have all 3 Hermes 3000s, one of each generation. Yes, the older one was smelly. I had it out in the sun in my front courtyard the other day, and the ultraviolet light here in New Mexico is so strong it actually does a good job of removing some of the sources of smell. The Silent Super in the Galaxy 12, and then I've also decided, decided on the Royal KMM. So we needed a standard typewriter, and I have the storage box for transporting it safely. And then I am going to also bring the Smith Corona Electric, the 5TE. So none of these others down here, but just these plus the Smith Corona Electric and the KMM. You know, the medium portables are just better for neophytes to use. They just work better. So I think it's a good representation of some good quality mid-20th century manual typewriters. Okay, so these are the typewriters I'm taking right here, plus the KMM is in its storage box. So this was the box that Ethan Moses helped build for me. This is a laser cut plywood. There we go. So because most of the weight on a standard typewriter is toward the carriage, you want to carry the carriage toward your body. So you have the most of the weight close to your center of mass. That's why it's mounted backwards in the box, because your carrying handles are here. It opens up this way. And also I have these little cushions that immobilizes the carriage so it can't move at all, but it also pads the knobs. And then we have the little paracord things that just keeps the lid from flopping back. But it's a pretty nice little design. It has the little hand grip cutouts on either side and latches. So it's a good way to store and transport the big KMM in a car without risking damaging the typewriter. And then in this bin, I'm bringing in an extension cord for the electric typewriter. Then in here I have all my typing paper and all kinds of other accessories that I bring along for a type-in. Well, hey, this is Joe Van Cleve, and welcome to the Albuquerque Museum. And today, or this evening, there's a big public open house at the museum, and we have a dozen or so typewriters we brought. We've had a lot of good help in getting it set up. The library staff have been super helpful. So we look forward to a really great evening of introducing the public to typewriters. I'll take it. I like to find people that can type.
Oh wow, she can type.
What? Can
Red, no less.
Can she type? No, see? Without type?
When people are watching, you can't do it. But
Typo.
How you doing, Reggie? Reggie, how are you? Good. Are you still working on those bags?
Nice. Good return. that was memory. That was all my.
Spirits. Really ought to.
Or about something. Ask or how they're injured.
So, as part of the Albuquerque Typewriter Society, our member Waz Flint, she made 2 talks during that evening in the auditorium. She was talking about her book, how to basically use typewriters in a first draft setting for writing, serious writing. So she made a couple talks about that, and then she was out there with the typewriters and helping the public to get set up and using them. And then also I want to give a shout out to Bill Taft, another member of our society who was a real help in setting up. And then our friend Ethan Moses. He's not really a typewriter guy, but he's a friend of mine. You've seen him on this channel before, more with photography related stuff, but he participated in the behind the scenes helping to move the typewriters and getting them set up. And Ethan was a super big help. So thanks a lot to Ethan, Bill, and Waz. What a great help they were. The staff of the Albuquerque Museum were super helpful. A real shout out to Diana Delgado. She was so helpful helping me to set this up. So I brought a dozen typewriters, 1 electric including amongst them the Smith Corona electric. The KMM was the one big standard typewriter, and then all the others were medium-sized portables. There were hundreds of people at this event. We had so many people come through and use the typewriters. We were constantly busy with helping people adjust the typewriters, getting them set up, how to thread the paper, how to set the bichrome setting, all the other settings on the typewriters. A lot of people writing little notes, just testing them out. A number of people, though, were really deep diving into the typewriter in terms of using it for some real creative work. We saw people typing, half size, 2/3 of a page like this of text. And then there was a local poet, which I didn't capture her name, but she came by and collected a bunch of the miscellaneous typing sheets that had stuff typed on them. She collected them, assembled them into a poem. She made a poem out of it, and then there was 3 young people who performed the poem.
Take it away. There are hidden gems in the middle of nowhere.
I'm trying to be easygoing in the face of hardships.
Because why not? I'll tell you why not.
Life is beautiful. Life is to be savored. It is buttery.
Authenticity of people.
Cielo bello.
Música.
Today is the day I've been waiting for.
There is something more than this.
I struggle, but I am starting to understand the mechanics of this.
It feels like I can be a kid again.
Curiosidad, my curiosity.
Siempre está interesada en tener la experiencia de lo nuevo.
I am always interested in new experiences.
Now is the time for all to come.
Now is the time for all good to come.
Now is the time for all good people to come to their senses and what it has to offer.
Remember to be kind to others.
Be kind, always.
I like seeing all these people, from young to old.
The authenticity of these people.
Sometimes cada persona está en su burbuja.
It's good to have a sense of humor.
Life is a comedy, tragedy, and romance.
La sensación de comerlo.
The sensation of eating it.
Today is the day I've been waiting for.
La vida es bella.
Life is beautiful.
Measure your life in coffee spoons.
Green chili, sopapillas, pozole,
Lowriders.
Togetherness.
playing with friends outside.
The secret ingredient?
Be kind, always.
Sit down and write to your heart's content, for time is short and the evening will be beautiful.
So that was a real cool performance, an ad hoc poem made from the collected typings of the public using all these machines. I didn't get home till about 9 o'clock in the evening, and I was worn out, but it was a great event, and this is probably our most successful type-in that we've done. I was super excited about it, and the staff at the museum are really interested in having us come back in the future for another one of these third Thursday of the month open house events. Tomorrow, we have another type-in Albuquerque. It's going to be at Penny Smith's Papers, so I'm basically just going to leave all the typewriters in my vehicle for a day, so I don't have to unload them and then reload them. I just got to get together all the papers, print out some new papers for the kind that we use with our letterhead and get all that set up again. Anyways, this was a great event, and if you are a fledgling typewriter group in your area or you want to start one, use some social media skills, connect with other typewriter enthusiasts, and start doing type-ins. You can use library meeting rooms, you can use private venues like pubs or cafes or whatever. And then if you have a museum in your area, think about connecting with the museum staff and seeing if they'll host an event with your typewriters for the public to explore. So super excited about this event. It went really well, and if you have any questions, drop them down below. But as always, stay creative and have yourselves a great day, and bye-bye for now.